sector we don't talk about very much, to be honest. It's not a banana split, it is a banana merger, isn't it?
Yeah, a transatlantic banana merger anyway. The US-based Chiquita, as in Chiquita Banana, is buying its European rival, which is Europe's biggest distributor, Fifes, for $526 million. Wow. Now, if that price tag does seem bananas to you, think about this. The global banana industry is said to be worth about $7 billion. The newly created Chiquita Fifes is expected to take in about $4.6 billion in annual revenue. As you can see there, it'll have control of about 29% of global exports, becoming the world's largest banana distributor. Now, the chief executive of Chiquita describes bananas as the most important food in the world. He says they are the lowest priced food with high nutritional value and number one in the kitchen. Well, that ranking is true, at least in the U.S. The Department of Agriculture says the average American eats about 10 pounds, about 5 kilos of bananas every year, more than any other fruit, including apples. And Stuart, this merger also has a very practical side. The new company is going to be based in Ireland, which is where Fifes is currently headquartered. It's also a country that has fairly low corporate tax rates. I bet Dublin never thought it would be the home of the next banana empire.
OK, bananas, the most important food in the world, apart from ice cream, in my view, anyway. Now, more sombre issues in the business news now. News of some much-needed economic aid. This is for Ukraine, isn't it?
Yeah, the World Bank is announcing that it's going to give $3 million in financial assistance to that new government in Kiev to support economic reforms and development. The IMF has, for the moment, been taking the lead in the international front. Last week, its team on the ground said that it was impressed by Ukraine's new leader's determination and said it stood ready to help. The US has also offered $1 billion in loan guarantees and the EU at least $11 billion. European officials meeting in Strasbourg on Monday said they would need guarantees that the money will be spent well.
This is not a blank check. It is a demonstration of our strong support for Ukraine in its current difficulties, but the support is not without an element of conditionality and some degree of rigor to make sure that this money will be used in the best way possible.
We're going to move on to the markets now. Monday was a pretty bad day for markets around the world as investors took in weak economic data from Japan and China. Asian markets seem to be recovering today after slipping nearly 3% on Monday. The Shanghai Composite just back up in the green there. The Nikkei also held steady as Japan's central bank said it wouldn't make any changes to its monetary stimulus, but it slightly downgraded its outlook for exports.
Now we're talking mobile phones on the programme. Here in France, in fact, concerns that the proposed sale of provider SFR could make price plans go up.
Yeah, with 4 major operators at the moment, France enjoys some of the cheapest mobile plans in the world. But with Bouygues Telecom and Numericable both looking to take over SFR, there are fears those low prices may not last. Catherine de Viette has the details.
The French know their mobile plans by heart.
It's an unlimited calling plan with unlimited texts, and I pay €40 a month.
It's €20 a month with unlimited texts and calls and up to 2 gigs of internet.
With the ongoing price war between the 4 major operators, subscribers have seen their plans' costs drop.
What did you pay before?
I paid €72 per month.
And now?
With the same operator a year ago, I was offered a €25 a month plan.
Between 2010 and 2012, the price of mobile plans has steadily decreased, with an 11.4% drop in the last month of the year. That's mainly been due to Free, a new low-cost operator that entered the market in 2012. In the latest rankings, France is the 7th cheapest country for mobile plans, behind Greece and Estonia, but ahead of Japan and also the United States. Like in France, 4 major operators have the lion's share of business, but this competition has not lowered prices.
Over $200 a month for me and my husband.
We pay a lot more for worse service than most other countries.
France could soon go from 4 operators down to 3, sparking fears that less competition could lead to higher prices.
Lots of other business news around, of course, starting with a save of sorts for Mt. Gox.
Yeah, the troubled Bitcoin exchange was granted bankruptcy protection this Monday by a court in Texas. That gives the Tokyo-based firm temporary reprieve against 2 U.S. lawsuits that allege fraud. Mt. Gox collapsed last month after losing $473 million worth of customers' bitcoins to what it says was an online hacker. The UK-based Imperial Tobacco is filing suit against 9 American rivals for allegedly infringing on its patents for e-cigarettes. The Financial Times reports that Imperial is basing its legal battle on last year's purchase of a Chinese pharmacy, which is widely credited with inventing the modern e-cigarette in 2003. And Canada has signed its first ever trade deal with an Asian country. After 9 years of negotiations, Canada and South Korea agreed to remove tariffs on most goods within a decade. The countries hope the deal will boost investments and exports, with the South Korean auto industry in particular expected to benefit.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's keep Moody with business this out. More from her, of course, in an hour's time. Now, coming up, video of the day today as a Star Wars theme, you will discover. Web News, though, begins with a campaign for an end to violence against Aboriginal